Well, folks, Lauren Boebert strikes again. Yeah, Bobo made a little boo-boo today during a House Oversight Committee hearing, which ended in a brisk schooling by Dem Representative Dan Goldman from New York. Well, Bobo was trying to score a MAGA gotcha moment by interrogating Environmental Protection Agency Administrator Michael Regan about SCOTUS's ruling in the Boebert case. No matter that Regan was there to talk about the good neighbor rule, a totally different case in which SCOTUS ruled that industrial facilities can totally pollute downwind states. Yeah. Well, the Boebert ruling, in a nutshell, changed who decides how ambiguous laws written by Congress are interpreted and implemented. It takes the decision-making powers from experts at government agencies and hands that power to the courts. But Bobo thought the ruling meant that all regulations all of a sudden are unconstitutional, and the EPA guy just needed to be shamed into single-handedly getting rid of every one of them forever. Yeah. Bobo obviously thought she was going to beat out her nemesis MTG for a Fox News soundbite after Marge humiliated herself with a tweet about the ages of the signers of the Declaration of Independence, except most of the names she listed as signers weren't in fact signers. Yeah, it took about 30 seconds for the Twix first to knock MTG back into her cave. Well, Bobby must have been channeling the same brain-dead energy, because she did a doozy of a job demonstrating that she had no idea what she was talking about, to the point where the EPA guy was flabbergasted and had to ask if Bobo understood the ruling, to which Bobby basically said, "I'm rubber, you're glue, what bounces off me sticks on you." Well, not exactly in those words. Take a peek.
I'm asking about the EPA, and I'm asking about your rogue bureaucrats that have enacted these unconstitutional regulations. Are you going to repeal them? Are you going to continue to implement them? Or are you going to stop altogether since it's been overturned?
Do you understand the ruling?
Do you understand the ruling of the Supreme Court?
I do. And so your question is ill-formed. No.
Will you be repealing?
We're not going to stop.
So you're going to unconstitutionally continue with these rulemakings?
We're going to adhere to the Supreme Court and continue to do
our work. So which rulemakings are you going to roll back?
We're going to adhere to the Supreme Court and continue to do our work in accordance to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court.
So which ones are you going to repeal?
The Supreme Court didn't tell us to repeal anything.
They have been deemed unconstitutional.
No.
Absolutely, they have. This was a huge victory.
Mr. Regan, I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I would just like to clarify a few things for my colleague from Colorado. The Boebert ruling, as you know, said that the courts should not defer to agency rulemaking if a statute is ambiguous, and instead the courts get to determine whether or not what the statute means. Is that your understanding as well?
Absolutely.
Okay, so that would not require any regulations to be reversed or overturned, correct?
Correct.
Whew, doesn't get more brutal than that, does it? Folks, I think this is a perfect example of how MAGA lawmakers see their roles as purely performative. And boy, Bobo likes to put on a show, doesn't she? I suppose that's what you get when Republicans choose women based on how pit bullish they are, and of course how well they inspire a hot-for-teacher fantasy when they wear glasses. Poor Bobby. I'm sure her trainer or her hair gal told her it was a win, so who was she to use her Google finger? Yeah, I wonder if all those folks in Colorado who voted for her are having some second thoughts right about now. Yeah. Well, Bobo, have a day. Have a day.